Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. I hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday, November 2nd. I've got a great video for you today covering three main things. Number one, the latest on the voting for the infrastructure and social policy packages. There's been some changes today on who's in, who's out, if a vote will happen today or not. Number two, quick EIDL funding updates for any small business owners out there waiting for additional funding for their business. Still plenty of money left. And number three, some big economic news. There are some new earnings reports that have come out. The Dow closes today at an all-time record. I'll get into all that in this very quick video. Thanks so much for tuning in, hitting subscribe to join our community, turning on alerts, giving this video a like so others see this information. Here's the poll we put up yesterday with almost 1,000 votes. Do you think the infrastructure bill and social policy bills will pass today in Congress? 26% of you said yes, of course. 74% of you said no way. Lots of great comments. Spoiler alert, 3/4 of you are right. There's no way there's going to be a vote today, despite the assurances from lawmakers on getting this to vote. As we've seen over and over and over again, it was simply a forcing function, but there's not enough votes to pass this, both in the Senate and in the House, so there's no way these will be put to a vote today. Here's the latest stumbling block. 5 House centrists are laying out their demands before a final vote on the social policy package. This news just came out a few minutes ago. A group of House Democratic moderates have several key demands, including a score from the Congressional Budget Office if leadership wants them to vote for the $1.75 trillion social spending plan. 5 centrists signed the letter to Speaker Nancy Pelosi today, more than the 3 votes she can afford to lose. Here's the letter, again dated today, November 2nd, to Speaker Pelosi. Number one, the Democrats encouraged a floor vote on the infrastructure framework, so there's agreement on that there can be a vote on the infrastructure framework. Some progressive Democrats still say they won't vote for it though. Here's what they demand. They must first have a proper CBO JCT scoring information. I'm not 100% sure what's involved with that, but certainly means there's more due diligence, research, analysis that these folks are saying must happen before they will consider the $1.75 trillion package. It's unclear if that type of work will take days or weeks, but that's what came out today. Here's their conclusion to the letter. While we understand the needs of the nation are great, we believe our job as legislators is to provide the due diligence required to properly serve our constituents. It is better to get this done right than to needlessly rush its consideration only for our constituents to discover the negative impacts of our unintended consequences. We've seen that time and time again, especially with the small business funding, and of course, some of the rules on who's eligible for targeted EIDL grants, those 10K grants or up to 15K grants, because that bill was rushed through. So 5 members of Congress signed this letter today. Again, that's an effective blocker in the House on the social policy package. In SBA land, Administrator Guzman today issued a statement celebrating National Entrepreneurship Month. In case you didn't know, November, National Entrepreneurship Month. So for all you entrepreneurs and small business owners, the brief recap of EIDL funding is there's over $100 billion left. The SBA says they've cleared the IRS backlog. We've heard from many of you today that if you're eligible for increases, the SBA in many cases is asking for voided checks before they wire you new money or issue final approvals. They want to make sure they have the right bank account. Plus, on the SBA portal, you can update your bank information now as well. So we just put this up on our Instagram. Again, you can follow us on Instagram. We're at hello.skip. I'll leave the link right below. But basically, it's a quick EIDL quiz. I show you in 30 seconds how you can quickly assess your EIDL funding situation. Most folks, by and large, are eligible for small business funding, are eligible for other grants. Obviously, our goal is to help as many business owners as possible with that. And if you want one-on-one help, we've opened up 5 spots tomorrow and 5 spots on Thursday. Go to eidl.me to book one-on-one help. Also, while this video is running, I just want to say, if anyone contacts you saying they represent Skip, chances are they're scammers. You should only ever book through the Skip website or directly via our Skip phone number that is also listed on our website. And if you're unsure about that, you can always email us hello@helloskip.com. If you find out anything new or have information on funding, SBA processes, you can always give us a heads up, tips@helloskip.com. But that's the weekly PSA. Avoid all the scammers in the comments. Go to our website directly, eidl.me, which redirects to the helloskip.com website. Okay, to end today, the quick economic roundup. The Dow closes above 36,000 for the first time. The Dow's breaking records every few weeks, it seems. Stock indexes edged higher as S&P 500 and NASDAQ also notched records. Facebook today decided to shut down its facial recognition in photos and videos. The social media platform said they will delete individual facial recognition templates for over 1 billion people. Lyft today released their latest earnings report, and it shows higher revenue as ridership returns. The ride-hailing company had more than 18.9 million active riders in Q3, inching closer to its pre-pandemic levels. You can use that as a proxy for some normalcy, people taking rides again. Riders have returned quicker than drivers have, leading to soaring prices for Lyft and Uber in the recent months. Finally, to end today on inflation, Jerome Powell's dashboard cast doubt on inflation easing quickly. The Fed chairman laid out 5 reasons over the summer on why higher prices would reverse, aka inflation being a temporary thing, but recent data is not looking good. Here's one of the takeaways. In particular, recent data has pointed to some broadening in price pressures, a pickup in wage growth, and a continued run of higher prices for certain goods that have already seen acute inflation this year. So there's not normalization or a slowing down of increasing in prices like Jerome Powell optimistically explained over the summer. So we've heard for weeks that the Fed will begin to taper their stimulus measures. That includes their bond buying. They have a 2-day meeting at the moment, and it's expected tomorrow that they will sign off on plans to steadily reduce their $120 billion a month bond buying stimulus, and is expected to phase out by next summer. That may help ease inflation. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that. That's the latest roundup today. So to the 75% of you that said no way that the bills will get passed today, you're correct. We'll be doing more polls later this week. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the alerts, and give this video a like. Also, EIDL.me for one-on-one funding support, and EIDLquiz.com to first check your general funding eligibility, especially when it comes to SBA funding. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.